No, don't do it.
Damn it. Muted Greg, pro streamer. Welcome back, everybody, to Project Athena, here in the wonderful world of 1933 that these fantastic players have created. And what I would like to say is, once again, Streamlabs OBS has updated their system, so if anything is too loud or too soft, please say so in chat. I will take care of it immediately, because this, my friends, is an episode that your keeper, me, I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time. In fact, it's been a little over a year since the last time Lauren and I had a one-on-one RPG session. It was for Sibella Ives' episode 0. I rewatched that today to my own personal enjoyment, because if anyone has ever been more faithful to a character from inception through evolution, it is the player seated straight above me. And without further ado, so we can start in on this wonderful journey, we will go around to all the Olympians. We will go around to the Olympian as I hand it straight up to my friend, and I will simply ask, name, rank, and serial number. Who are you? Who are you playing? And how do you feel?
Hi. I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter. She, her pronouns. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. No, everything's fine. I'm very normal as I always am. Always. No salt, no nervous energy. I'm playing Sibella Marie Ives of Ives Esoteric and Antiquarian Bookstore in the beautiful Lower East Side of Manhattan. Psychic. I remember it this time. Smoocher, lover of showers, and lover of her friends a lot, and they are not here. This is fine. Hi, Greg. This is how we met a year ago.
It was a little over a year ago. And with the mention that we do not have the rest of the Olympians, no Elijah, no Dwight, no Kate, and no Dr. Greta Von Krause, I think we should say goodbye to them for right now. And hopefully we will see them again. And as we do, we will continue to do for this episode of Project Athena, instead of a recap, I will tell you, if you would like the professional recap that will answer all of your questions, please go to the Padlet that Lauren has linked in chat. It is her labor of love, where she has chronicled the entire history of the Olympians. It is fantastic. It is worth a read any day of the week. But for our own personal recap, I will give you what we call here the grave markings, the last words, the epitaphs of what may have happened last episode that could have ended in the deaths of the Olympians. And then I will give you the very same for the episode itself. This time it's very similar, as the grave marking on Elijah Sawyer, Cato Callahan, Dwight Burke, and Dr. Greta Von Krause all reads the exact same thing. Sibella Ives became the Tyrannish. And finally, here lies Sibella Marie Ives. I became the Tyrannish. Now, as for our last episode, the cliffhanger is as follows. Here lies our last episode's cliffhanger. Jack Kilgrave thought that perhaps one of the artifacts could be used to create a new Tyrannish. He did not mention that given Sibella's incredible powers of psychometry, he not only thought the gamble possible, but there was also a likelihood, a very strong likelihood, that the artifact would possess or kill Sibella. The Olympians agreed to part ways with the hidden Rommel, and as the purple storm quickly approached, the group debated whether or not Sibella should attempt the ritual, but ultimately, as is everything, Sibella made her own decision. and embraced her destiny. And as far as her adventures with the Olympians, that is where our story ends. For now, all that is left are the memories and the dreams. Sibella, as you come to, remembering the directional look, the purple storm that had clouded the skies, you look around and you see you're in the LES, the Lower East Side of Manhattan. You are maybe a block away from the bookstore. And there, standing beside you, is a little purple figure. For a moment, just looks like a small, hairy, bearded man. And the next moment, maybe a pope of some sandy beach. But it always reverts back to this purple figure that you saw once before here in this fair city. You're one of us now, Sibella. The protectors. Eternal. You were always meant for this, though your grandfather tried to protect you. You have the strength inside you, which will aid you in the days ahead.
I think with all that I've been through, I'd really like some straightforward answers for once. I think I deserve that. Where are we?
Where everything goes. All the thoughts and the space between the windows that holds it all together. That's where we are now. Holding it all together.
Who were you before this? As she kind of tries to reach out and touch this form.
It feels warm, and for a moment, the being accepts your touch, and the eyes move into the corners of, the orbs roll into the corners of his eyes, and you realize as tears spring from them, it seems as if this touch is something that has been long forgotten. And he almost curls into your hand. We've been here forever. Forever. I think.
Wonderful. She starts walking.
Answers. You need answers. And he kind of realizes that the touch is gone. That's the thing, Sibella. You see, 1933 in your world changed everything. In many ways, you'll never leave it. 1933 will be you. It'll follow you through life and beyond. It's defined you, but you've defined it. You and your family have done what no others could ever have done. You've survived against foes so powerful and malevolent. I know you are tired. I can feel it. So am I. But just a few more steps, and I promise that one way or another, it'll be over.
What does that mean? What does over mean? Are they all right?
That's up to you. I don't know where we go. You're the one that's supposed to show us. But I can tell you everything I know. You see, what they don't know is, while you're here, they know you, but you know them. All of their secrets. At this point, above, you see zeppelins flying, but you also see peaceful clouds of purple, very unlike the storm clouds that you are used to seeing. And Al looks up at the clouds. That's me. I've been with you since the beginning. They've been using me to hurt you, but they never considered that we were the same. They did was fulfill a destiny and brought us together. You must choose our next path, Sibella. But I have brought friends to help you along the way. You can free us, Sibella. You can free your family. You can free us all. And he points behind you. There he is.
She does not want to turn around. But she will.
You see that it is March 6th, 2 days after the inauguration of FDR. There are zeppelins in the air. It is cold, 30s, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, getting dark in the canyons of Manhattan. There is a carpentry cart. There is a man in a utilitarian jacket that is threadbare. He is in his 50s, balding and incredibly thin, but he has a profound smile, a white smile, a smile wrought of family and honor and loyalty and society. A smile of truth. But in his hand he holds a pepper. And he is walking slowly towards the bookstore.
I run up to him.
He wraps his arms around you as Ezra Ackerman holds his friend.
Hi!
Oh, hello. You realize his feet are continuing to move towards the bookstore.
I start pushing on him, on his shoulders. Long time no see.
Yes, we have a few moments. You see, I have to take this to you in the bookstore. And he holds up the pepper.
You don't. I'm right here. I can take it.
We have a few moments. I'm here to answer your questions.
I don't know what questions to ask. I just want you to turn around.
I can't. And as you look around, Sibella, you see that there is a cab parked at the curb in front of Ives, Esoteric, and Antiquarian Bookstore. And from this distance, even you can see that the door inside is slightly ajar.
I'm going to try to grab the pepper out of Ezra's hand. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Why am I here?
He doesn't let go of the pepper, but he cups your hand, or your face, with his hand, his free hand. And he says, I was killed by one of your enemies. Who was I killed by? And Lauren, here is where I will tell you, a correct answer saves you sanity. An incorrect answer will cost you sanity. This is the path of the Tyrannish, and you have started the first step.
He said his name was George. He said he was a cabbie, but he wasn't. He was a creature with needle teeth.
You're right. And he's petting almost as a father would a daughter or a son, and as parent to child, the touch that's transferred. Who sent George?
I never knew a specific one, but it was the Nazis. They sent me a box, and they sent him to see if I read an item in it correctly, a slide rule.
Which Nazi? He takes another step towards the bookstore.
If I don't think I thought a Dietrich, but they were under some of them were under orders from Alvensleben.
He smiles. Ludolf von Alvensleben. He's the one who killed me. And he continues to walk against your motions. But he continues to maintain eye contact, and if allowed, he will hold your hand as you walk towards the bookstore. Listen. Von Alvensleben he wishes to bring creatures from the lower worlds, the worlds that have already been broken, the windows that are shattered and twisted. Despite the visions that Dietrich showed you, Dietrich believes what an abomination told him. He is wrong. Alvensleben will fail, but he will kill millions in the process. He is your enemy, but I do not know if he is the enemy. And he gets to the steps of the store.
I turn back and look for the purple figure.
The figure is gone, but the clouds above remain.
I walk toward the store.
Ezra walks up behind you, and again, when his eyes meet yours, I have done this walk over 1,000 times, and every time I would do it 1,000 more.
Ezra, I'm so sorry that I dropped it. I didn't see it.
Shh. No. This was my destiny, because now I am here to help you. And help you I will. This is your bookstore in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Ives Esoteric and Antiquarian bookstore in my neighborhood. And my friend owns it. And he opens up the door and he walks inside.
Well, she knows what happens in there next. And she knows where she went. But she'll walk around the alley to the back, where the back door lets in by the stairs near the back room.
As you walk around the alley heading towards the back, the same alley that once upon a time Cato Callahan crept through, only to moments later blow up a car with a perfectly aimed shot. And as you creep down this alley, brushed up against your store, I'd like you to roll a spot hidden check for me, please.
Hard success.
And with a hard success, you notice that a purple fog begins to coalesce around your ankles, and it swirls as it moves up your shins to your knees. It's not threatening, and in many ways it holds the same warmth that the purple man, that Al's skin held before. But just before you leave this scene, you see another cab parked in the alleyway. And leaning up against the front is a man you know in a Stetson hat named Jack Kilgrave. And as he sits calmly smoking a cigarette, he looks at his watch and waits for something to happen. But as the smoke curls around you, it takes you from the Lower East Side of Manhattan, but you do not leave the city. And when you open your eyes and the fog recedes again, you are in an airy hotel room. The window is open. It's blowing in a warm yet cool day in New York, as this is a summerless year. You know where you are. This is the Gundam Hotel. There is a shower running, and the sounds of people in love. But as the windows blow and as the drapes buffet, a figure, almost angelic, drifts in through the windows, having arrived via a flight of some kind. She is wearing an aviator cap, a long, nearly 20-foot long white scarf that is lightly draped around her neck. And as she lands, she pulls off the goggles and pulls off the aviator cap. And Syl Jefferson stands before you.
Sibella instinctively reaches out to wrap her in a hug, but then remembers the last time she saw her and recoils a little.
She pulls you into the embrace, and as she does so, the wind changes direction again. The long scarf almost wraps around you as well. It's as if it's an extension of Syl, and she hugs you hard. And when she pulls back, She leaves her hands on your shoulders. When you see Miss O'Callahan again, you be sure and tell her I can fly.
Never had any doubt that you could. Syl, are you okay?
I am here reporting for duty. I am here to help. I was killed by one of your enemies. Who was I killed by?
Robert Meadham and Caduceus are the ones who put you in Times Square. But Syl, I'm not sure how... I have to tell you something. I said your name first, Syl.
No. It's not your fault. Because if it's your fault, that means I'm not an Olympian. It's my fault, and it is Caduceus's fault. It is Meadham's fault, because I am an Olympian.
I named my daughter after you.
I have checked in on her from time to time. She is beautiful despite her namesake. And she smiles.
I'll be sure to give your message to Katie.
Do so, please. Now, I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm an Olympian. Meadham's path has progressed beyond yours. He wants to become a god, he and his family. But this place is confusing. Meadham is not your true enemy. Not like the others. Meadham will be dealt with. He'll be dealt with. But, and she indicates the bathroom in the back of the hotel. Don't waste your time talking to me. I picked this because they said it was one of your best moments. I don't know if it was good or bad, but I picked it.
Well, thank you, Syl, because it was the sweetest moment of my life.
She grabs you around the shoulders. Don't talk to me then. And thank you. I can fly. I am an Olympian. And a beautiful little girl bears my name.
Sibella turns toward the slightly ajar door because you gotta let the steam out. And walks over to it and just kind of puts her hand on it. And just stands there.
As the steam floods into The room proper still is gone, but a bit of her scarf lingers as it's swept outside, and the steam itself holds a purple hue. But as you sit there, you hear the giggles of and the laughter of friends. You see nothing, but you don't have to. You hear Phil's voice. And for the first time, you can tell he was always in love with you. But the steam crawls up. And when it comes back down, you are inside the small compartment, or the passenger quarters is best stated, for a vehicle known as the Ugly Duckling. And beneath one of the consoles, a young man in the vibrancy of youth pulls from underneath of it, and Frank Watson looks at you covered in grease that he wipes on his hands, and he smiles. At least they gave me the duckling to look after.
You were so good with her.
I got her out of there before that whole place blew. I think that's... Listen, I'm here to help you guys. I couldn't do much, so I kind of volunteered for this.
You did help us, Franklin.
Well, and I'm gonna help you some more. I was killed by one of your enemies. Who was it, Miss Ives?
Lancaster and his men turned you into a creature like them, and then...
I need you to roll a D8 for me.
Two.
So with 2 points of lost sanity, Franklin closes quickly. That's what that son of a bitch wants you to think. And he can see, like, the momentary, whether it be reflected, however you wish it to be reflected in Sibella's carriage, but he can see that that answer isn't necessarily the right one. Joseph Dietrich killed me.
What?
The old one.
The original one?
I guess. I don't know. I can't keep it straight. The one that looks different from the other ones. The one's old. I never saw him. The one that killed me, that Lancaster. He's his boss.
Dietrich is Lancaster's boss?
Yeah. But enough of that. I'm already gone. I said I would help you, and here's what I know. It's what I've learned. He's crazy. The old one. He thinks he's a hero. He always thought that he was a hero. He was better than. He wants to remake this world with his ideals. He's been misleading you all subtly, but he's been misleading you all to get you to look left when you should have looked right, he wanted you to trust him, to trust all of them so you wouldn't see what he was really doing. Okay, I don't understand this, but he figured out a way to tell the creatures that are trying to destroy this world, he made a deal with them to skip this place, to leapfrog it or something, because they have to take care of this place before they can go on, before they can get to all the other places. And they agreed. Yeah.
Skip what place, Franklin?
Our world, I guess. Where we live. Earth, it's like there's a bunch of Earths. A bunch of places, and it's all one big chain. And we're just a link halfway through the chain, and these creatures have been destroying all the ones before us, but they got to us, and somehow we stopped them. But they can't get by us, and they're sick and tired of trying to fight us. And even these, I don't know what they, gods or demons, or they're done. And they made a deal with him. But the price is you all. I wasn't gonna let that happen. So I volunteered. I said I'd wait as long as I needed to wait. I could get the duckling up and running again, and I've been here a while, but I'll stay here as long as it takes. I had to get you this information. I had to get it to you and Mr. O'Callahan and Mr. Burke and Mr. Sawyer, and I guess the Nazi too, but I had to get it to all of y'all to know that he's a liar. And worst off, he thinks he's telling the truth.
Oh, Franklin. I've got a big I told you so coming to me.
He's good at it. I guess when you talk to gods and demons, you get good at stuff like that. But here we can see him. We can see all the stuff he puts in the shadows. And that's why I told him. That's why I told him and I volunteered.
Who'd you volunteer with, Franklin?
Just a bunch of us that feel that you all changed our lives for the good.
We'll take care of it for you, Franklin.
Okay. I'll just stay here and work on the duckling. If I think of anything else, I'll write it down. And, if you need me, I'll be here, I guess.
She steps forward across from him and leans forward and gives him a kiss on the cheek like she did however long ago, wherever ago, on Staten Island, I think. That's from me and Katie.
Okay. I'll be here. You tell him I won't leave my post. You tell Mr. Burke I stand sentry. Tell them all. I won't let you down again.
You didn't, Franklin.
Just watch out for him, Miss Ives. He doesn't like to get his hands dirty. I think that's why he uses Lancaster. The door to the Ugly Duckling opens up. And you are, despite the lack of noise, flying above the clouds. And the clouds are purple. There's one person left for you. I'd give you a shoot, but I think Syl will tell you you don't need him here.
She'll take a big breath and fall out backwards with her arms outstretched, looking up at the clouds.
As you fall through the clouds and you drift lazily down, not a terminal velocity, not even a reckless one, you see a landmass part through the purple fog and mist, and just as you touch down, you can see that you're on Liberty Island. And you bear witness to Dwight Burke knocking the Stetson off of the head of Jack Kilgrave. And beside you, a little fisherman walks up. I don't know if you know me. My name is John Helmstetter. I'm a longshoreman. I work the island, and I picked you all up in the Atlantic when you, after the Zeppelin crashed.
I remember.
Good. That's unexpected, really, but good.
You gave me a blanket.
It was my boys. Yeah. You were all gods to me. I saw a man fly. I saw a pilot bring down a burning blimp, and you were all gods to me. I don't know how I knew it, but I could smell it. It was such a fine way to end my life. I was killed by one of your enemies. Who killed me, Miss Ives?
Did Jack kill you?
Yes. He had me have an accident. Everyone thought he had me wreck my boat. I was dead before it wrecked, but made it look like I wrecked my boat. The hell with that guy. I'm here to tell you his secrets. What do you want to know? I think I know it all. I'm going over it. Every little thing he's whispered, I listened to it and wrote it down.
I need to know how to close the purple. I need to know how to stop our enemies. I need to know how to wake us all up.
Okay, stop the purple. Purple's not your enemy. It's, being used. It's like,
Right.
like a dog that's been trained to fight, but it's not a mean dog. It's just been beaten. Someone's using it. They thought it was your friend Ezra. He thought it was Alvenschleben, and Sil, she thought it was Medium for a while, but it's not. And my bet's on the old Nazi or Jack. Between you and me. I know what he wanted you for. And I know how he can wake you up. But, I don't know any way to close it. The German, he found a way to skip it, and Jack, he found a way to, well, save the world, I guess. Okay. He needed you to be the Tyrannish to keep him occupied. He intends to sacrifice he thinks it's a messiah and split this world off from the others. Somehow get it out of the chain that me and the boy Franklin have been talking about. He thinks he can just take you out of it. And the price is anyone that's ever touched the purple or been inside it or gone to another world, they'll all be killed. You all and me, but I'm already dead, and Jack. You see, he's not dead. He can't die. That's why Caduceus, that's why they put him to sleep. They wanted him out of the great game. They wanted to put him away. They wanted him to just sleep and miss this window. But they didn't realize what he would do. He doesn't care for this world. He just wants death. He wants a real death. He's been in the purple, so the process he thinks will kill him too. All he needs is a messiah to crucify. He thought his son was a messiah. Before he had a chance to do anything to the poor boy, Dietrich killed him first. Terrible business, losing a son. But not to Jack Kilgrave. I think the Nazi was more shook than he was. Jack's an immortal. His body will reform where he needs it to. It's his curse for the hand that he played in the death of the last Messiah. You see, Jack Kilgrave was the centurion that nailed Jesus to the cross. But he's found his other Messiah. Who is it, Miss Ives?
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it? Is it Ruby Foster?
Yeah. He's gonna kill her. And that'll kill every being that ever touched the purple, because the purple and all of these other demons or gods will be ripped away from this place. And it'll rip every little part of them with it. But the world will be saved. Jack doesn't care. He just wants to die.
So, protect Ruby. Kill Dietrich.
Here's the thing. And at this point, you see Syl come out of the air and land in the ground, and she has in her arms, almost carrying like a soldier carry, is Franklin Watson. And you see Ezra as he walks out of the tourist section of the Statue of Liberty, and all four of them stand around you. You see, Syl says, we all know these things, but there's only one. We know these secrets, but 3 of these people will fail. No matter what happens, they will fail. Only one of them will succeed. We don't know who the one is or who the 3 aren't. They told us you would. And so, Tyrannish, I will ask you, who is the real enemy of the Olympians? Syl puts her hand on your shoulder. I told them this was too much to ask of anybody. That's why we stayed back. They wanted you to figure this out by yourself, and we would split it among the 4 of us to try to take some of it off of you. I fear it was not enough.
The enemy of the Olympians.
Frank steps forward. Who do you think it is, Miss Ives? You're here by yourself. We all have knowledge, but no theories. They told us you'd know who the real enemy was. But maybe that's not the enemy of the Olympians. Maybe it's just the enemy.
It all seems so bad.
Ezra steps forward. They are scared about you. They do not know the bookstore owner that I know. Your answers are built through love. All of us feels the same. Even John. Your power is not what they should fear. It is your choice.
Well, Jack wants to hurt us, or rather, he doesn't care if he does, but Dietrich's gonna throw all those other worlds to them. And the only reason I'm here was to save them. So that's what I think.
Franklin steps forward. We going after the old man?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yes!
Yeah, Franklin. And, I look at John. And we're gonna save Ruby. He was looking for her too, and I can't think that's not related.
Okay.
We're gonna do it, Franklin.
I'll keep looking. Everything I can. We need to get you out of here. You need to be awake, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure out somehow. I'm sure he looks up at the sky, and for a moment the clouds swirl and part, and a ray of almost purplish moonlight comes down. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll use him. Them.
We'll use who?
He points up at the clouds. If we find out anything, we'll write it in the sky.
Okay.
Yeah, write it in the sky. Ezra steps forward. To leave, to wake up. You must, walk. Walk back to the city.
On the water?
Yeah. Syl steps forward. There will be something. We know about some of the people that have come that did what you did, and it's very hard to wake up. They don't like you to wake up. Just, I don't get ready. We can't follow you.
All right.
Frank comes in and he places a hand awkwardly on your shoulder and kind of hugs you, and then he's forced into it as Ezra hugs the two of you from the other side and Syl hugs the two of you from the opposite side. And when you all break, Helmstetter's there and he offers you a hand in appreciation.
I'll say hi for y'all.
Don't come back, John says with a smile.
No. Thank you.
We'll write it in the sky, Miss Ives. That was supposed to be dramatic, but
It was suitably dramatic, Mr. Watson.
Okay, okay. And the New York skyline awaits you.
She kind of walks down toward the shore, kicks off her shoes, scrunches her feet in the sand, and takes a big step to the water.
It is at this time, Lauren, that I will tell you that here in this place that is the mortar between the worlds, you may learn secrets that perhaps you would never know in your world, even with your powers. Secrets for anyone that you have met, any place you have been, whether they be friend or enemy, you may learn these things. Is there anything you wish to know?
How? My questions are hows.
Just remember, your keeper is stupid and may require several moments to answer, but answer he shall.
I mean, all Sibella. Sibella has... Oh, goodness. Where's Uncle Lewis? Not Uncle Lewis, Grandpa Lewis. Jeez, Lauren, that's your NPC.
You get the understanding that Grandpa Lewis and Dr. Warner are no longer among the living. They were no longer useful.
Hold on, I have a list I just remembered.
Bust it out. I will let you know that every time you ask something, you're taking a step on the water towards New York. But you've got a ton of steps.
Can Lancaster be killed?
Yes.
How?
Dietrich knows.
Of course, I know.
And instead of being vague, I will let you know that the resurrection spell that you learned can kill him.
I knew it! Sorry, I was not muted. Wake up. Damn it, Sibella. Where is our good buddy, Joseph Dietrich?
Jerusalem.
Is Phil Castillo alive?
He is.
Where is he?
He's coming to you. Why were Joseph Dietrich and Jack Kilgrave in New Orleans in 1915? They had similar goals. One wants to have the elder god skip the world. The other wants to remove the world from the link. They crossed paths, and they knew that you were the key.
Oh, here's the big one. The question on everyone's mind. Where is Ruby Foster?
With Joseph Dietrich.
Great. I'm in charge now. I ask the questions. What does poor Dwight's cross do?
What do all of the things that you are given do?
Trap us.
It was a trap. He saw the brother as somebody that would never require verification for their statements, and he accepted them as a voice of reason and direction.
Oh, Dwight Burke, the only person I know who would take a priest at his word.
We're going to say you're about halfway to where you need to be before something happens.
Did my parents love me?
In their own way. But they are not your family.
Was Ruby telling us the truth in West Virginia?
No, they were all real.
Why did she lie?
She needed you to leave.
I forgive her. Where's John Dillinger?
He is currently meeting his maker.
That's nice. Sibella her steps they were probably heavy at first, but they have grown lighter.
It is now my turn again to ask a question.
All right.
Lauren, in Sibella's travels and her choices, who would Sibella feel is who is or what is standing in Sibella's path? Who is behind what Sibella would feel is keeping her from whatever dream, goal, however she measures success? What's the greatest failing? What is the thing that was not accomplished? What is impeding the progress for Sibella? This could be something that's psychological. It could be an actual person that's in her way. It could be herself.
What held her back before? What brought her to this place? The reason she put on the crown and the reason she used the staff. She always thought that she was a monster. And almost everyone that she met who had any kind of power like hers was one in one way or another. Even the people she loved to a certain extent. But the first person who ever made her feel a part of something was Cato Callahan. And then when she finally felt like she had found someone like her, who maybe she didn't know what he'd done, but who maybe wasn't a monster, was Phil. And then there was Dietrich and Meadam and Lancaster and even Ruby. They were all kind of horrible in their own ways. But she doesn't have to. Just because they turned out that way, that doesn't mean she will. She is not defined by any of them. And that fear is gone.
And with the self-admission that this particular fear of becoming a monster, ahead of you on the water, you see a figure, your height. It is standing. You can tell that it's not wearing clothing. Your hair is long, down to waist or even beyond, and it is speckled with mud and filth, and it seems to shine with some sort of dampness. And the creature looks up with eyes that are too much like yours. But in your admission that you just had moments ago, you realize they still aren't yours. Behind this creature, you see Cato Callahan lying in a desert, surrounded by a purple storm. You see her grabbing at a wound that is bleeding profusely. You see Dwight Burke spinning as he's looking for enemies. You see Elijah Sawyer and Dr. Greta Von Krause as they sit and spin, trying to figure out what to do. You see the corpse of a man named Jack Kilgrave. And you see the advance of Lancaster and his army. They are close. Only you stand between them.
Hi.
Let's roll power checks.
Oh, God. Okay, well, I have advantages, so I'm using them. Scary Sibella, I cannot. What'd you roll? I wasn't on the page.
45.
Okay. Oh, regular success.
You see this creature before you as it turns, and here comes another advantage from Al. Al throws it from the shore of Liberty Island. Or drops from the sky, I guess we should say. Let's see, I believe that there were also ones that came in earlier from, let me double check real quick. I heard something when we were in the middle of, we were in the middle of doing something, and yep, you got an advantage. That came in from Dwight Burke from across time and space. So those are 2 extra ones to be used. As the creature turns, though, and locks eyes with you. And as that heat of the mind begins to, and another from Levi, so as the Legion begins to flood through Sibella Ives as she faces herself, or this twisted mirror version of herself, the creature turns, and in this eye, in this kind of this ocular jousting between the two of you as you stand on the waters between Liberty Island and New York City, you feel an attack. And the attack fails as you're able to feel the needles slip into your mind, and for the first time you wonder and imagine with a bit of accuracy what George Barnes felt like in the Ives Esoteric and Antiquarian bookstore all those months ago. But you are not George Barnes, and flesh out the mind you do. You may launch your own attack with a power check.
Great. I'm just gonna cross one of these off. Come on. Yes. Hard success, 32.
Okay, with a 32, I'd like you to roll a D8.
Okay. Great. That's great.
Okay, so as you slip into the mind of your doppelganger, you are not able to rip hell like you normally can, but you feel if this were a physical fight that you slipped a jab in, you know, and you're reminded of seeing Dwight and Elijah and Greta as they spar, and though they are dancers in the art of pugilism, not a candle can be held to Sibella Ives as she fights herself. And let's go back into the next round as... Okay. And you lose 5 points of sanity as you feel a flash run back through the very feed between you, as you feel a bit of your mind sunder, but you take another step forward. This is the path of the Tyrannish, and it is not easy. Your friends are in the desert behind this creature. Do you wish to continue? I know how you feel about sanity loss, so.
Sibella feels a kind of revulsion at doing this, but she looks past at Katie bleeding on the ground and at Dwight whipping around like a cat looking for its tail, and Greta and Elijah together, and she looks up and sees those flashes in the storm, and of course she will press on.
Roll me a power check.
Okay, I'm just crossing off another one of those. I'm keeping track. I had my post-it. Hard success, 44.
Another D8 for me, please.
Okay. Oof. Ooh.
And again, as you back and forth and the waters begin to roll around you as there's white caps, but in this calm, placid, almost disc of glass upon the water, waves crashing around you as the purple sky above cracks with its first peal of thunder and lightning. And the attack continues.
Stop doing that.
You lose 3 more sanity points as you feel your mind being taken. You feel the barbarism, the rage from this creature in front of you. Rage at your very existence. Something that shows a civilization, a society, a being that could have been instead of the mockery it has become. You are up.
I have people to get to. She says that. She calls it across.
How about a fast talk here?
You know I have a 5 in that.
I do.
Sure. Let's try to take her off guard. Sure. No.
No.
Great. Yeah, she keeps...
No, I was going to say, narratively, Lauren, just not to poo-poo what you tried to do, you get the distinct impression, because your minds are kind of connected here,
Yeah.
that you have someone to get to, and that's just more... Just the thought of violence, it incurs more of that with this creature, because it has no one like you have. It has no family. And so the rage is unstoppable.
Sibella doesn't feel any anger. She feels focused. She feels determined, but and she feels sorry. So she will continue pressing forward.
And for this one round, you do not have to spend an advantage, as if that is your mindset, that is advantage itself. And you also did get another one from DM Shane.
Okay. Okay, come on. Hard success, 37.
D8.
Come on. 5.
As you are staring at this creature, you see her head begin to shake back and forth, and the sopping wet long hair begins to kind of flip and awkwardly kind of spiral tentacle-like around her frame. And as you are locked with her gaze, a drop of blood comes from the corner of your eye as your power begins to intensify. A long time ago, Lauren, I made you this proposition. There is a heat in your mind. For the low price of 5 sanity, this is over.
And as I told you then, take it. I'm going home.
With another crack, a flash of lightning, and a peal of thunder, this mockery of Sibella Ives is swept away. There is no cranial explosion. This creature is simply put to rest. No admission of humanity upon its demise, but you do feel a sense of relief as the last bit of its mind exits yours. You lose 5 additional sanity, but the way before you is clear. You have 50 feet between you and the desert. Describe to me the flight of Sibella Ives.
There's sand everywhere. Her feet are bare, like I said. She feels, even seeing what is waiting for her when she wakes up, she feels so free of it all the doubts and the misleading, and her hair flies out behind her, and she just smiles.
And as Sibella Ives, an Olympian, the Tyrannish, returns to the world and the realm of her birth, she steps into the swirl of the purple storm, of a storm being manipulated, a storm that the being known as Al or the Pope cannot control. But as you sit and see your friends just a few feet off, and as they are in desperate times, as you step forth, ringed in the same almost vibrant light from inside the purple, you can hear clear as day from the enemy lines as a soldier turns to Lancaster and screams, "The Furies! The Furies are here!" And you see 2 flashes of light, one orange and red, one white and blue. And the light is followed by a sound as it travels several hundred yards. But these 2 bright flashes contain running figures and silhouettes And as one, they both scream, Mama. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will end this episode of Project Athena. Yay. So, yeah, I guess I'll go around to everybody. Oh, wait. Lauren, how are you, my dear friend? And where can we find you online?
I can't believe I'm not cursing you out.
I told you I was looking forward to this one. I wasn't trying to be a...
Oh, that's why. I'm really happy. Note-taking! I'm very pleased with myself, and I can wax on because it's just me.
Go right ahead. The floor is yours. I'll leave over your drinking.
Yeah. No, that was lovely. That was really lovely. Yeah, I'm so excited to finish this. I mean, I'm not excited, but I am. I just love it so much. I love all of it. Yeah. No, I'm fine. I'm not emotional. Yes, I am. I'm always emotional. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm That Salty Ginger over on Twitter. You can find me around the internet with my friends. I play lots of great games and lots of great channels like the Greyhawk channel and Scraticus and Off the Table. But this is my home.
No, I'm emotional.
Good.
Awesome. Everybody, I shouldn't have to tell you this, but follow Lauren. If you are watching on YouTube, do it right now. And then fill your world with kindness, as are the rest of the Olympians. And I am blessed. The other cast members on the shows on this channel are fantastic. Follow them all. Put kindness in your life. As for me and Project Athena, I didn't think we'd have this episode. A lot of the notes that I had for this one were older. I really, really enjoyed it. It was... Lauren provides such amazing emotional fodder for the years that we've been together. So just looking back and able to figure out what got to me, I was like, okay, Franklin's death. Franklin's going in there. The last conversation with Syl, I was like, okay, Syl's going to eventually be in here. And there was everyone, Ezra Ackerman, who's that, during the episode 0, Ezra was a neighbor of Sibella Ives that was killed during her episode 0, which will be airing soon, as I am putting them all together see how it all started. But anywho, I had a blast doing this. Chat, you're always wonderful. Thanks for joining us on this story. I will let everyone know that next week we will not have Sibella Ives, as she is emerging from this area. So the Olympians will have to fight Lancaster on their own. But I'm sending some help. So with that being said, the final battle with Lancaster, one way or the other, will happen next Sunday night. Another thing that I am super duper, can't wait, bought a new wig for, we have Lady Blackbird starting 2 weeks. We have a week from tomorrow is the episode 0, right? And then
the 21st.
The 21st is our first official episode. I cannot wait. Going to be super duper fun. We have a lot of really fun things coming to the channel. A couple of them we're getting ready to announce. Lady Blackbird is going to be fantastic. It'll be on Mondays from 9 to 11, right, Lauren?
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's it.
our lovely psychic here will be running the show. So much like Dawn was able to kick my ass, I expect that this is going to be so much worse. So I can't wait. I embrace the pain, but thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for joining us on the Project Athena quest. We have 3 episodes left.
Why would you say that?
At the end of these episodes, the story of these Olympians will conclude. But stories, the good ones, are never forgotten, nor do they ever end. And so who knows, as we head into 2019, and that's where I'll leave you. I've often said that 2018 is a interesting year. It's going to be over tomorrow, and 2019 will be better. But until then, we have a couple more sessions in 1933. We will see you soon. And as we say, you can't always roll 20s, but you can role play with your friends. Have fun, and we'll see you next year.